Okay, let's go through what makes up a good shoe. We've got a couple of shoes here that we can use as for comparison, maybe one that isn't quite so good and one that is a good shoe. The first test we want to do if we're buying a new shoe is we want to do the heel counter test. We want to check to see how firm the back of the shoe is. We want to be trying to keep the heel straight in the back of the shoe, so the firmness of the heel counter is very important. If we check here on this good shoe, we see that the back of the shoe is very firm. It's going to hold that heel nice and straight. By comparison, if we check this other shoe here, it's a little sloppier. You can see how we can really squish it down and push it around. It's really not going to control your heel very well at all. Okay, the second test is a test of the shoe's shank. Shank is a piece of material that typically runs from the heel of the shoe right up to the ball of the shoe and is designed into a shoe to help provide some structural stability to that shoe, particularly through the arch. So when you watch somebody walk, where the shoe should bend is really at the front of the shoe. So when they're walking, the shoe bends right at the ball of the foot at the base of the toes. And you can see when we test this shoe here, it's bending right at that area there and not at all through the mid part of the shoe. So it's a very stable shank, as we would say. Let's do a bit of a comparison to a shoe that maybe isn't quite so stable. So we grab this shoe and try to bend it, and you'll see that the shoe bends in half. If we tried to do that on the other one, it simply won't do it. It doesn't bend in the middle. So this shoe here fails that bend test to see how firm that shoe's shank is. The third test is the twist test, where we grab the front of the shoe and the back of the shoe, and we're going to try to apply a twisting motion to that shoe. A good shoe, again using that shank, will help resist that twist. It'll be a little bit more firm. By comparison, the not so good shoe will twist quite easily right into a ball, and therefore we have a lot of movement available to the foot that we may not wish to have. Finally, if it is a running shoe, sometimes we'll look for, in the case of an overpronator, we may look for reinforcement features built into the shoe, as in this case where we have a medial plug, a reinforcement on the inside aspect of the shoe to help that foot, prevent that foot from rolling in further.